Hey folks, welcome to this week's edition of BrushPile Fishing. We're in the end of November on one of my favorite lakes, Weiss Lake, Alabama. Today we're going to be fishing with Darrell Baker, a good friend of mine, and we're going to be doing some ledge fishing. So you stay tuned, we'll be right back. Hey folks, welcome back to BrushPile Fishing. We're in here at Weiss Lake, Alabama with my good friend Darrell Baker. Darrell, how's it going today?
It's going great, Russ. Glad to have you down with us.
Tell you what, the end of November, and we left home, it was freezing, but I'll tell you what, they're calling for highs in the mid-50s today, and even this morning's not too shabby.
No, it's not. The wind's not blowing. Yesterday we had a front come through. It was warm yesterday, but had a lot of high winds. But today, the winds are out of here, and hopefully these fish are going to bite for us.
And you know, Darrell, when I come down here, I love to do some dock shooting, but we're not going to do that. What are we going to do today?
No, it's end of November. We're right before Thanksgiving, and the docks are out. Alabama Power is drawing our water down. We're about 4 feet low, so a lot of the docks that we have here are completely out of water right now. And the ones that do have, well, the water temperature is in the mid-40s, so those crappie have pulled off the docks and they're out on the ledges. We're going to be fishing deep, 18, 20, 22 feet, and hopefully catch some nice fish.
I'll tell you what, man, I'm ready to get started. How about you?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's do it. Hey folks, we're on the water now, just getting started here at Weiss Lake doing some ledge fishing. Darrell, we're starting out on a ledge in about 20 foot of water right now.
Right, these fish, they're deep. Water temperature this morning's in the upper 40s, low 50s. The fish we've been catching, 19 to 22 feet. So that's where we're gonna start.
Oh. That took a long time, Darrell.
Well, we've been catching a lot of good fish out here. Let's hope this was a good one. It's got small fish, Russ, but it's a start for the day.
You just dropped in, so that's not too shabby.
And that fish came out of 19 feet of water. Gives us at least a good place to start for the day.
Darrell, right now the lake's drawn down. How far do they draw that down? When do they start? And then when do they start to bring it back up?
Usually they start the winter drawdown around September the 1st. And they ultimately, they have a schedule that they go by so that if we don't get a lot of rain, they can draw it down so much each day, just little amounts each day to where it's really not noticeable, but over the course of a month you really start to notice it. It'll start September the 1st, and by December the 25th, Christmas Day, they want it to be down 6 feet. They'll hold it there for about a week, maybe a little bit longer, and then they'll start gradually letting it back up each day until I believe by May 1 it should be back to full pool.
Is that strictly for flood control?
Strictly for flood control.
Okay. Folks, you heard Darrell talk about pooling water, and let me tell you, at times that can really make the fishing tough. On one aspect, you have, if all the turbines are open, it makes boat control a lot tougher because the current is just so strong, but the biggest thing, it can also shut those fish completely down. Darrell, this is something you could probably, if you didn't want a spider rig, you could probably just work this single poling on this ledge, couldn't you? You
could, and some people will. Some people come out and do kind of what they refer to as bottom bumping. Mm-hmm. Single pole, drop it in, using the same type drop shot rig that we're using with the snell hook up top, 1/2 to 3/4 ounce sinker at the bottom. They drop it down and they just try to basically stay in contact with the bottom and with the stumps with that weight, and you can feel it when you do that. And you can catch them that way. Sometimes it helps to do it if the bite's real light, real finicky. You can drop it down there. They may not hit it just sitting there or swimming, but you can move it just a little bit and that'll trigger the strike.
And today the bite's good enough that you can see it pretty well. The water's flat. So this is the benefit, is having more poles out today.
Right. There's one. That was on the inside pole. Feels a little better. you don't get me wrapped up with a trolling motor.
He's trying. A little bit bigger than that last one.
Watch it, Russ. We're drifted up in 14 feet of water.
Okay.
That's one thing we had talked about earlier, Russ, was we wanted to try to get a few for the skillet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, let's see. This one, it's a legal fish, 10.5 inches here on Weiss. All the other lakes in the state of Alabama are 9-inch limits. Weiss Lake's only one now in the state with a 10-inch limit. 10 inches or larger.
How many can you keep here at Weiss?
It's 30 per person per day.
That is plenty.
So a nice Weiss Lake keeper. There's a fish, Russ.
Is he on there?
Yeah.
There we go. Well, Darrell, we've been out here, what, 5 minutes?
And this is fish number 3.
That's not a bad one either.
That's gonna be a keeper.
Yeah. Don't even have to measure him, do we? You know, one of the things, and I was telling the cameraman before we came out today, is the fish here on Weiss are so thick. You got another one?
I just missed one.
Good fish right there. Big, thick across the back. Another black crappie.
BrushPile Fishing has now launched its online store at BrushPileFishing.com. You can now purchase BrushPile Fishing hats and apparel, as well as BrushPile Fish Attractant, with many more products to come. BrushPile Fish Attractant dates back to a family recipe 30 years in the making, a blend of 5 powerful ingredients that drive panfish crazy. Field and tournament tested, BrushPile Fish Attractant is the #1 choice of Crappie USA National Champion David Jones. Get your BrushPile Fishing apparel and BrushPile Fish Attractant now at BrushPileFishing.com. Not all lines are created equal. Gamma's molecularly altered fishing lines offer an unprecedented combination of flexibility, shock resistance, strength, abrasion resistance, and low memory. A line so unique it's patented. Gamma provides the angler with more accurate casts, natural presentations, and a greater fish fighting capability. Put your trust in Gamma line. A line so good it is backed up by a money-back guarantee. Visit GammaFishing.com.
It's the summer of red-hot deals at Buckeye Ford, and it's all about the trucks. Ford has rolled out their best F-Series yet, and now is your chance to save big. The new 2015 Ford F-Series is lighter and more fuel efficient than ever without sacrificing power. Stop in and we will show you why lighter weight doesn't mean lightweight. But that's not all. We also have great deals on all your favorite Ford vehicles. So don't miss the red-hot deals going on all summer long at Buckeye Ford. Think value, think service, think Buckeye.
B&M Pulse is a family-owned business in its 3rd generation of ownership and over 70 years of providing the most extensive line of crappie rods in the industry. We believe that sensitivity is the key to catching crappie, and we've designed a rod for every technique based around this belief. Our products are field tested by the best fishermen in the country and used by the best guides because their clients can simply catch more crappie.
So when you're choosing your next crappie pole, go with the brand that's won a dozen national championships and more regional events to count. Go with the brand I choose, B&M.
Stop fumbling with your jig, stop using bait that isn't working, and stop procrastinating on retying your jigs and start tying with Tie Pro. With Tie Pro, you can easily and quickly thread, tie, and clip your jig knots. Tie Pro allows you to change bait that isn't working with no fumbling and no fuss. Get to catching fish. Get the Tie Pro tying tool today at tiepro.com. Buy 2 and receive free shipping.
Looking for the best baits and lures on the market? Look no further than SouthernPro.com. Southern Pro baits are handmade from the hook to the finished product by American workers in the USA. And our colors are mixed by our very own master craftsmen. At Southern Pro, our focus is fulfilling the desires of our fellow fishermen. Tube and solid plastics, bass tubes and lures, ice fishing tackle. Southern Pro has what you need. Visit our online store at SouthernPro.com to find everything that you're looking for to bring in your next limit of fish.
Darrell, the one thing that amazes me, we've got, it's calling for temperatures in the 50s today. It's the first time I've seen Weiss Lake this flat. We're the only boat out here.
You know, in the fall, you don't see a lot of boats on the water. I don't know why. It's one of the best times of the year to fish. Of course, we have some breezy conditions. I would not have wanted to been on the water yesterday.
Oh, it was bad yesterday.
But today, a different story. The fish are biting so far, and it's just as calm as it can be.
Now, if the weather remains pretty stable, is it a big hard bite? Or today, some of these are pretty soft.
Well, you got one right there on your inside pole.
Yes.
Like you said, that's a light bite. It's just barely pulling the rod down. But it'll remain that way. A lot of it, I think, has to do with the water temperature. The cooler it is, the lighter that bite's gonna be.
Got double going?
I just hope mine's bigger.
No way, no way.
Well, he's mean. Now, Russ, this is a female.
Another keeper fish.
Right here. As you can see, a lot of times people think about the females and them being loaded with the eggs and stuff in March, April, right, you know, fishing pre-spawn fish. These fish will actually start developing their egg sacs in October, November, December, and they'll carry them throughout the winter. And if you notice on this fish right here, you can see her belly.
Oh, Lord, look.
Right here where she's already starting to develop.
Not a bad little double there.
This is the High Vis yellow line, and it's the new line that Gamma Line Company has just come out with. It's a High Vis yellow line made specifically for crappie fishermen. Yeah. They make it in a 2-pound to 12-pound line, and we use 12-pound in anything we use out here because we're fishing these deep brush piles, and when you hook that fish, you've got to get it up out of that brush or you're never going to get the fish in. So, and when you do hang, it gives you the extra strength you need to pull that hook, hopefully free, to keep from breaking everything off.
So you say we're using 12-pound today?
We're using 12-pound test line. Fish on. Did you get him?
No. I know we're moving real slow, Darrell. It's almost like vertical jigging.
It is. That's another key to this style of fishing. You want there's a fish on right there. I missed him. You want your lines to hang underneath your rod tips just as straight down as possible. Of course, now you have to take into consideration, you know, the times when, like on this lake, they're generating at the dam, creating current. You'll have to face into the current or face into the wind, anything like that, to be able to, for boat control and to move slow, because you want to move as slow up the ledges as possible.
I know 2 days ago you guys had a lot of rain. Are they pulling water?
Today they are not. Now, they were scheduled to, but undoubtedly they have decided not to for now.
You know, folks, sometimes when you're spider rigging, you're trying to move a little bit faster just to cover a lot of water. Today, that was not the case. We were basically vertical jigging over the cover, but just in a spider rig. Ooh, that might be a little bit better fish. That might not be too bad.
Oh, yeah. Nice one, Russ.
Take him. Now, Darrell, that's got to be bigger than anything you've caught today, wouldn't you say? Another one with a great big old belly on her.
Probably so. But you know, Russ, tonight when we're eating them, it'd be hard to tell who caught them.
That's right. Another nice fish.
By the way, you are filleting these, right?
Yes, sir.
As long as I don't have to do that,
I'm going to watch you fillet those.
I tell you what, you fillet them, I'll carry them to the live well. Hey folks, one quick tip for you when you're out here fishing in November. Thing to keep your bait lively is very important. These fish, they're lethargic sometimes in cold water, and they will want that lively bait. So keep your minnows fresh, and when you put them on the hook, stick it right through the back of the eye socket. That allows that minnow to swim in a straight line with your hook and with the boat, and it looks natural coming through the water.
Stop fumbling with your jig. Stop using bait that isn't working. And stop procrastinating on retying your jigs and start tying with Tie Pro. With Tie Pro, you can easily and quickly thread, tie, and clip your jig knots. Ty Pro allows you to change bait that isn't working with no fumbling and no fuss. Get to catching fish. Get the Ty Pro tying tool today at typro.com. Buy 2 and receive free shipping.
Feel like your internet is moving like this? What if we told you NK Telco could make it move like this? NK Telco has been expanding our fiber optic network for over 10 years. What does that mean for your business? It means fast. It means efficient. It means powerful. With bandwidth and download speeds of up to 1 gigabyte, there's nothing that can slow your business down. NK Telco, delivering tomorrow's technology today.
Looking for the best baits and lures on the market? Look no further than SouthernPro.com. Southern Pro baits are handmade from the hook to the finished product by American workers in the USA. And our colors are mixed by our very own master craftsmen. At Southern Pro, our focus is fulfilling the desires of our fellow fishermen. Tube and solid plastics, bass tubes and lures, ice fishing tackle. Southern Pro has what you need. Visit our online store at SouthernPro.com to find everything that you're looking for to bring in your next limit of fish.
Innovation, it's all around us. NK Telco developed a fiber network in our communities over 10 years ago when the competitors were only thinking about it. Increasing bandwidth to make it convenient for the whole family to enjoy online entertainment and gaming. With our IPTV solution, you can enjoy over 80 HD channels, providing quality TV and movies for the whole family, and even take them on the go with our Watch TV Everywhere app. All this from a company that believes in local customer service from people you know and trust. NK Telco, providing services that bring value to your everyday life.
BrushPile Fishing has now launched its online store at BrushPileFishing.com. You can now purchase BrushPile Fishing hats and apparel, as well as BrushPile Fish Attractant with many more products to come. BrushPile Fish Attractant dates back to a family recipe 30 years in the making, a blend of 5 powerful ingredients that drive panfish crazy. Field and tournament tested, BrushPile Fish Attractant is the #1 choice of Crappie USA National Champion David Jones. Get your BrushPile Fishing apparel and BrushPile Fish Attractant now at BrushPileFishing.com. PSG Automotive Outfitters, Midwest Ohio's largest truck accessory retailer. Automotive parts and accessories of all kinds, featuring WeatherTech floor liners, Mickey Thompson wheels and tires, ARE truck caps, and rigid lighting. Want the latest in trend-setting truck looks? At PSG, we install suspension lifts, wheel and tire packages, fender flares, and heavy-duty front and rear bumpers. Campers, you'll find hitches, towing accessories, and suspension upgrades. Contractors, browse our full line of WeatherGuard toolboxes and ladder racks. Online at psgautomotive.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to BrushPile Fishing. If you just joined us, we're here at Weiss Lake. We're in the last week of November with Darrell Baker, and what we're doing is spider rigging these ledges. And Darrell, for the folks that might have just joined us, can you tell them what our water temperature is and the depth that we're fishing today?
Well, we're in late November, right before Thanksgiving. Water temperature's now dropped into the low 40s, or well, mid 40s. Might reach 50 before the day's out, but our fish have went deep. We're catching these today anywhere from, we've caught them as shallow as 18 feet, but most of them are coming in the 19 to 21 foot range.
We've had a pretty good morning. Been out here for fishing for about an hour or so. We've caught several fish.
You have caught some?
I caught one, I think, by accident. Cherokee County is bursting with opportunities for the whole family to have an adventure. Over at Weiss Lake, they offer over 30,000 acres of record-setting fishing, along with miles of shallow flats, coves, and deep channels. Or, if you'd rather hit the water on a full-day canoe or kayak expedition, Terrapin Creek is ready and waiting for you just down the road, with 14 miles of recreational stream primed for a full family experience. Over at the historic Little River Canyon National Preserve, you can enjoy nature's beauty on one of our hikes through the hills and upward towards Lookout Mountain, where our beautiful waterfalls create sanctuary for a full day of swimming and relaxation. Families can even experience primitive camping and the chance to climb up to 200 feet on the cliffs of Cherokee Rock Village, where outdoorsmen come from the natural arches, mountain springs, and walking trails. Whatever outdoor adventure you or your family crave, whether it's scaling to the top of the mountain or fishing the bottom of a stream, here at Cherokee County, we'll make sure you can find what you're looking for. Hey folks, right now we want to take a second and talk about the equipment we're using today. Pretty simple rig, Darrell.
Russ, we're starting out using the B&M Bucks graphite jig pole. Perfect for this is a 10-foot it gets it away from the trolling motor so that our fish are actually out ahead of the trolling motor, and we can catch our fish before we actually go over the top of them. I'm using a 12-pound high-vis yellow line on this rod. That helps to see the light bite. Sometimes the rod won't move, but the line will just swim a little bit to one side or the other. That helps you see that. That's the reason for it. Now, it doesn't work that well on a clear lake, but on a murky lake like we have here in Alabama, the high-vis yellow is perfect for it. On that, what I'm doing is using a simple drop shot rig. If you can see that, I'm coming down about 12 to 18 inches above my weight, or above the end of the line. I'm tying on a number 2 or a number 4 eagle claw snail hook. I tie that on the line, secure it, and then I come down about 12 to 18 inches and I tie a 1/2 ounce or 3/4 ounce bell sinker, and then just drop it straight to the bottom. Of course, like I said, the slower you can move, the better off you are in this method.
You know, the one thing on the rod too, you talked about it being 10 foot, being a perfect hole for here. The water here is a little bit murkier. If you were in a clear lake, you may need that 12-footer or even a 14-foot, but the 10 does with the water clarity we have here.
Right, on a lot of the clear lakes, and if you can do this same method fishing shallow water, you may need a 12 or 14 or sometimes a 16-foot rod to get away from the boats, to keep from spooking them with the trolling motor if they're real shallow. So, I mean, it's a technique that we're doing right out here today in 18, 20, 22 feet of water, but you can do this same thing in 4 feet of water, easing up to the brush piles, and with the same result. You're just going to have to use a longer pole to get that jig out in front of the boat so the boat doesn't spook, or the trolling motor doesn't spook the fish before the bait gets to them.
Yep.
It's the summer of red-hot deals at Buckeye Ford, and it's all about the trucks. Ford has rolled out their best F-Series yet, and now is your chance to save big. The new 2015 Ford F-Series is lighter and more fuel efficient than ever without sacrificing power. Stop in and we will show you why lighter weight doesn't mean lightweight. But that's not all. We also have great deals on all your favorite Ford vehicles. So don't miss the red-hot deals going on all summer long at Buckeye Ford. Think value, think service, think Buckeye.
B&M Pulse is a family-owned business in its 3rd generation of ownership and over 70 years of providing the most extensive line of crappie rods in the industry. We believe that sensitivity is the key to catching crappie, and we've designed a rod for every technique based around this belief. Our products are field tested by the best fishermen in the country and used by the best guides because their clients can simply catch more crappie.
So when you're choosing your next crappie pole, go with the brand that's won a dozen national championships and more regional events to count. Go with the brand I choose, B&M.
Innovation, it's all around us. NK Telco developed a fiber network in our communities over 10 years ago when the competitors were only thinking about it. Increasing bandwidth to make it convenient for the whole family to enjoy online entertainment and gaming. With our IPTV solution, you can enjoy over 80 HD channels, providing quality TV and movies for the whole family, and even take them on the go with our Watch TV Everywhere app. All this from a company that believes in local customer service from people you know and trust. NK Telco, providing services that bring value to your everyday life.
Since 1963, Power & Tel has been a market leader in the procurement, sales, and distribution of communications products. We partner with top manufacturers to carry and deliver the inventory you need for the efficient completion of your everyday and project work. Our portfolio of industry-best solutions includes products for broadband access, cable television, cellular backhaul, data centers, FTTX, home networking, IPTV, and much more.
This episode of BrushPile Fishing is brought to you by Southern Pro Tackle, B&M Poles, Gamma Fishing Line, Driftmaster Rod Holders, Ego Nets, Ty-Pro Tying Tools, Buckeye Ford, and BrushPile Fish Attractants.
Folks, you know, Weiss is known as the crappie capital of the world, not just because of the good size fish there, but also that they grow so quickly. Now, I know there's some lakes in Mississippi you can definitely have a better chance of getting that 3-pounder, but Weiss is still one of my favorite lakes just because of the good numbers, and of course, I love that dock shooting too.
you catch a lot of big fish. A lot of people think, you know, spring of the year is, you know, when you're going to catch your big fish, but I seem to catch more big fish in the fall.
Yeah.
Now you will have some that'll weigh a little more. There's a bite, Russ. Very light bite. As I said, you're going to see some fish, big fish caught in the spring, simply because the females are loaded up with eggs. But
another double.
The fall produces some good, healthy fish. Oh, here's a nice one, Russ.
Is it?
Oh, it's a real nice one.
Oh yeah. There's a good Weiss Lake. Look at the belly on that.
This one will make it.
I don't think you have to measure that one. Look at the belly on that thing. You were talking about that earlier.
Nice,
healthy
Weiss Lake crappie. You know, Russ, we were talking about the 10-inch limit earlier. That is something that a lot of lakes, the majority of the lakes I would say across the country are a 9-inch limit.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of lakes now that are looking for bigger fish, and they're going to the 10-inch limit. And as you know, there's some lakes, I think in Mississippi, they're up to 12-inch limit now, you know, trying to get the bigger fish.
I know you guys have been at 10 for a long time, as long as I can remember.
Fish on that thing. I thought it was hung.
Do you?
Yeah, better fish, I believe, Russ.
Is it?
Oh yeah, this is a nice one right here, Russ.
Oh yeah, oh yes.
This one.
Don't you lose him. There's a nice Weiss Lake fish for the
Now this
winter.
one I'm gonna take my time. I should have got a net on him.
That's a white?
That is a big white crappie.
Yeah, he's a little bit better. Nice
right
fish
in that
there.
part of the mouth.
That's what it's all about there.
That's what everybody wants to come and catch right there.
Can you blame them?
No.
Good fish. Beautiful.
Nice fish. Nice, pretty white crappie.
Lordy. Well, Darrell, I've had a great time today.
Hey, I appreciate you coming fishing with us, Russ.
You know what, like we talked earlier, the last week in November, we had great temperatures and fishing those ledges, plenty of good keeper fish today.
That's right. A lot of people don't realize November's a great time to fish in Alabama. So, you know, if they want to come down, come on and join us.
Well, again, I sure appreciate it. Folks, I hope you enjoyed today's show, and you stay tuned because we'll be back next week with BrushPile Fishing.